for it to be funded right now, what would you say the purpose of art education and music education is right now?
I'm not sure I can give one answer,
well,
and you shouldn't ask me hard questions. But from my perspective, so my parents, my mother has 18 brothers and sisters. My father has 19 brothers and sisters, and they come from a very poor island called Nevis. St. Kitts and Nevis. Nevis is very popular right now because the very famous musical Hamilton, Alexander Hamilton, was born actually in Nevis in the Caribbean, in the same city that my parents were born. And so my parents come from this small island, and they came to the United States in pursuit of the American dream. So I don't have 37 siblings, but I have 2 brothers, 2 sisters older than me. And so there are a couple of my siblings were born in this country. So my parents came to the United States in search of the American dream. And they said to me and my siblings, you could be whatever you want. But I was a super shy kid. I was so shy that the kids thought I was mute. They thought I couldn't even speak. And all my siblings ran track. And I was like, why run when you can eat? You know? So I was like, I don't want to run. And so here I am, a shy kid. I just want to like eat Hostess snacks and watch, I don't know, Ninja Turtles or whatever, you know. And but when I was 6 years old, I was offered a chance to join a music program. And I remember they said, hey, close your eyes and imagine what instrument you want to play. And I thought, why do I have to close my eyes when I know I want to play the violin? And so for me, music was my way into the American dream. I needed a voice, and the violin became my voice. And so with these young people that I'm working with, a lot of them, actually most of my students, their families come from other countries. You know, so for them, even if they didn't come from another country, the American dream is for everyone that's here.
Right.
So for some young people, the arts is their way into the American dream. And so if we believe that we have an inalienable right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, if we are not allowing a percentage of our population to find their way into that right, then that's not right.
That's impactful and true. And so you knew since 6 that you wanted to play violin.
And then since 9 that I wanted to be professional.
Wow, that's amazing. So how did you, so take me through from then until now, what have been the things that stand out to you the most of pursuing that and pursuing the American?
Yeah, I would say, so I was introduced to this instrument, found my voice through it. But early on, my black friends, my white friends, they said that playing the violin was for white people. And even my own teachers didn't expect much of me because I was black. And they were just like, oh, this is just fun. And so that was impactful because I had to search within myself the reasons why I wanted to do this. And my parents were like supportive. They didn't think I was going to be professional at it, but they were supportive of it. But I remember when I was in middle school, the first time my parents, when no one in my family came to the middle school concert, it was like spring fling, you know, the bands, the choirs, the orchestra, everyone's performing, and no one in my family was there. My parents dropped me off and left. And I still remember how I felt. I felt terrible. I felt so alone. I looked out into this audience full with family and friends of everybody on stage, and there was no one there for me. And that was also impactful because, again, I had to own this for myself. I had to think, well, if I'm not playing for people that I know, like what is music about for me, and what is this moment about for me? You know, so that was important. But then also having good teachers and bad teachers. You know, like I had some good teachers, and they're like, oh, you know, we have a better student, so he's not such a good student, so we'll give him a lesser teacher. So I was in the future passed off to lesser teachers so that other kids could have the better teachers. You know, so I found myself really like clawing my way to trying to get an education that maybe they should have given me. And so 2009, I was living on the island of Bermuda, and you've heard of the website YouTube?
Yeah.
They had their first international competition. They wanted to create the first orchestra auditioned on the internet. And so I thought, well, now's my chance to level the playing field. All I have to do is practice more than everyone else in the world. And so not only did I want to do that, I created a practice video on how to win the YouTube Symphony audition, even though I didn't win. And 50,000 people watched that video. And a couple months later, I found out not only did I win a spot in the YouTube Symphony, I was also offered to be one of the 5 concertmasters, the lead violinist of the first YouTube Symphony on stage at Carnegie Hall. And it was an amazing experience because actually I didn't tell my parents that I was going to be one of the concertmasters. So my father and mother rented a van. They filled it up with as many of my aunts and uncles that could fit in the van, go to Carnegie Hall. The lights go down. When they come up after one of the pieces, I was in the first chair. And so it was a realization of my parents' American dream that they could come from a poor country with 37 siblings and through a free violin program in the United States, their last child, me, could lead an international orchestra at Carnegie Hall.
That's like chills.
And it's my story.
I know. Oh my gosh. So going from they didn't show up to the concert to then you're the first chair in Carnegie Hall. That's amazing. That is, oh my gosh.
And so it was those kind of experiences that really allowed me to really internalize it. That's why for me, like, just the internalization for anyone, for a kid, for an adult, of anything they're doing is something that I think about a lot. Like how can I get someone to internalize whatever it is, whatever glorious future I dream of having for them or they dream of having for themselves.